Hi, I'm Zoe Young. I'm from Alcorn Street Studios and I'm really excited about the trail. I am a graduate of the National Art School in Sydney. I studied sculpture, yet I'm better known for my paintings. And prior to that, I grew up in the Southern Highlands in springtime and the Snowy Mountains in winter and Sydney in summer. I grew up in hospitality. My parents had family-run hotels and restaurants, and basically they worked their businesses with the tourism. So we were in Bowral for the springtime because of tulip time, so it was busy here, and then down in the Snowy Mountains in winter for the ski season, and then in Sydney the rest of the year. So I moved around and I had a really distinct sense of place from a young age because I knew that these different locations had their own essence about them, and I loved all of the essence of those places.
Amazing. And so you live now in the Highlands?
Yes, I do, but I go down to the Snowy Mountains a lot, and my gallery is in Sydney. I'm represented by Olsing Gallery in Woollahra.
How has your life as a professional artist changed over time?
I guess it takes a long time to become a professional artist. So there's years and years of study, and then there's sort of a good 5 years of study, and then there's a good 10 years of establishing your studio practice, and then you're ready for professional representation with a gallery. And I guess that with Alcorn Street Studios, that's what I'm hoping to do, is look after a few of those emerging artists, especially ones in regional areas that just need a little bit of guidance possibly between graduating and getting representation, because it's a tricky space to navigate.
So Alcorn Street Studios, that is open from the trail, but you're hoping to have it open after the trail, aren't you?
Yeah, we'd love to.
Excellent.
Yeah, we'll just use the trail as a way to see if people are interested, and if they are, that's great. We can keep going.
And you're curating all of the work?
Yeah, so it's basically, I've handpicked people that I have a relationship with, that I've watched their work develop from graduating. All of them have graduated in specialised fields, not necessarily painting. We have people working with ceramics and textiles.
When you're painting, how do you know when your work is finished?
It's a tricky one. I think time is a great, what's the word? When you have time, you can look at things objectively. I feel that when I've just finished a work, I'm very, I've got a lot of emotion about it. I'm very subjective, whereas I can look at it a bit later on and I can be quite objective. And so often you return to a work after a few days. Sometimes it takes longer, and you can see the imbalances and where it needs more work. So it is good to have time. However, most artists I know work to a deadline, and there's a certain amount of momentum that occurs in the final days leading up to a deadline, and I think it's hard to cut yourself short of that momentum and that spontaneity and that energy that is often created under pressure. So it's a tough one. It's hard to know when it's finished, and I'd love to say that it gets better with time and more experience, but it's always, it's the big void. Who knows?